11 free throws? 11 free throws. By the title of this video, you already know what we're talking about. Talking about Shai. We're talking about this MVP award. It is really close. Jokic and Shai going head to head for this MVP. I have to make an argument video for my boy Shai. Now, I'm not a Shai hater. I'm not a Jokic hater. I made a Jokic video already. If you want to check that out, go ahead and check that out. My MVP personally is Jokic. But with that being said, I'm going to give you some of the information to back up Shai's argument to why he should become MVP. I do believe he will win it. I think my Jokic MVP pick, that's just personal preference, but I do think Shai will win it this year. Now, Shai is an elite level scorer. He averages this season, he averages 33 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. That's this year. OKC is the #1 team in the West, and not just that, they're the #1 overall team in the NBA. Cleveland just lost 4 games in a row. I'm not gonna make a panic video about them. It's 4 games after they just won. I think it was like 2-3 weeks straight almost. They played so many games, man, and they kept winning. But OKC, them being so steady and them barely losing, it gave Cleveland a chance to drop down, and OKC is now the #1 team in basketball. Now, some people do want to say that Shai is a free throw merchant. I know that's how I started this video off, but I don't believe that. His true shooting percentage is above league average. That's actually, really good for someone that is a ball handler and has the ball damn near 100% of the time during the game, who facilitates the offense, who uses a lot of energy on offense. For him to be able to just easily just get 30 and 30 and 30, it's so easy for him that this is the most 30-point games for a Thunder player in a single season since Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant had 47 games of 30 plus, and I don't know if that was the year he won MVP, but it was one of those years with OKC where he was just dominating in the regular season. Shai is doing the same thing, but this time he broke KD's record. He has 50 30-point games. He also has 64 straight 20-point performances. 64 straight 20-plus performances. I don't know if that's every single game in the season, but it damn near is. I don't think he scored under 20. This is crazy. Now, when you're talking about elite level scorers like Shai, like Harden, like KD is a little different just because he doesn't draw as many fouls because he's such a pure scorer. He doesn't need the foul. Shai, a lot of people complain that he gets too many foul calls, or that he's flopping, or that what he does isn't ethical in basketball. Now, to me, I'm a major ISO scoring. I love that type of basketball. And then when you're able to pass it and keep your teammates involved, I love that, man. So when I used to watch James Harden and he's getting to the free throw line so many times, people used to complain about that all the time. But bro, James Harden had his way to get to the line. James Harden was doing the up into your arms. Come on, man. Who else was doing that? I know Chris Paul had, sometimes he was doing that. D-Wade had the pump fake and then jump into you. But man, James Harden had a way of getting that whistle blown so he can take some foul shots. Not only does the foul shots help you offensively, it helps you take a breath, helps you take a rest. You need that, man. So now if you want to turn that over into Shai, one of the things I don't like, and it's probably the biggest gripe, is the fact that he's really acting to get these foul calls. I understand if it's one thing where you're getting fouled and you need to act a little bit just to kind of, make it look like, oh shit, he really got hit in the air, or he really got hit on his elbow on the jumper, or something like that. You know what I mean? When there's images like this and like that of Shai just doing the dumb shit, it's kind of crazy, bro. Shai is already an elite level scorer without the free throws. You can take the free throws away, of course his average is gonna drop, bro. No one can argue with you with that. That's a perfect point. But free throws are part of the game, so he's gonna shoot the free throws, and he's really, really good in the mid-range area. He's also good at getting to the basket, facilitating for others. He's also really, really good defensively. Now, that's one gripe with Jokic's game that I can't say the same about Shai. Shai actually defends. He's a top 20 defensive guard in the league at his position. Granted, he's 6'7", 7-foot wingspan, but man, he can guard. He can score. He can guard. He can do it all, man. Personally, I don't think free throws are bad when you're naturally just trying to get to the cup, or just naturally shooting and someone fouls you. Free throws it's part of the game. It's a good part of the game. But I don't like acting. I don't like when players have to do all that extra nonsense to try and grab a call. Honestly, I do think Shai is more of a relatable player in a sense because Jokic is 7 foot. Not everyone is 7 foot in the world. I know Shai is not small. He's not a small guard. I'm not saying he's a small guard, but he's still more relatable to a player like me who's 5'10", who's really just trying to play basketball, and you want to pull up and hit the midi, pull up and get to the cup, hit some threes. You know what I mean? Shai does it all for real. And I think that how efficient he is in scoring and them being the #1 seed and him averaging 33 points, like, I genuinely do think he's going to win the MVP. We can't forget to mention what Shai does do in the clutch. Shai is a really, really clutch player. We saw it the other night where he hits and he has no trouble on Jaylen Brown getting to just where he needs to go and getting to where he wants on the court. Shai does that, and that's against an elite level defender like Jaylen Brown. I would consider him elite just because of what he's done in the past already. When you have a player that is having a season that is this good and they are the #1 spot in the league, kind of gotta give him the MVP. If you have an argument for Jokic, let me hear it down below. Like I said, I do like Jokic. I do want Jokic to win this MVP. I just think OKC is young. Not a lot of people know that those players are good, really good players. Now, can they win a championship? Jokic has proven he can win a championship. Can Shai and the Thunder win a championship? I don't know. Who had a better regular season? It might have to go to Shai. Voters fatigue also helps in this argument if you are rooting for Shai, just because Jokic did get 3 MVPs in the last 4 years. Come on, man. They might just hand it over to Shai. Shai's averaging 33 points a game this year, man. He's doing what he's got to do to keep the Thunder afloat. If you guys do enjoy these videos, please be sure to drop a like down below. It takes me a while to edit these. Subscribe if you're new. I'll be back tomorrow.